Hello, my name is Cindy Shelton and I'll be your instructor for this course. I wanted to help you navigate the best way to interact with my course and how I have it designed, and also just to answer what might be a variety of questions you might have about it as the semester goes on. I will save this video within the welcome part of your information on Blackboard, so at any time just go back and review this video if you have any questions. Also, feel free to reach out to me, of course. Okay, so to get to my course, you can get there a couple ways. One way would be through our website and then do Blackboard Learn. And then once in the course, you can see that it goes to the address elearning.kctcs.edu. So that's another direct link. So you can also get there directly that way. But once in Blackboard, you should have a list of courses. And if you don't see your current courses, you can always use this drop-down menu and find various semesters. But you should see your spring 2022, if you can believe it's 2022, courses listed here. All right, so I'm going to look at your Applied Math course. And let's see, I want to be in the student view, so I'm going to make it look like it looks for you instead of for me. So let me fix that. Okay, so this is how your course should look once you're in the course. And I want to navigate around the various parts. So first of all, down the left-hand side, you can see there's the roster. You can see who's in the course with you, so if you want to reach out to your classmates. But the two main things I used down the left-hand side here would be, number one, the Blackboard Collaborate. So this is a place that we can meet, and I'm glad to meet with you. I know it's an online course, and you might feel like you're just going to do it on your own out there, and that's fine. I have a lot of students who like that independence, but I'm also here for you. So at any time, if you want to meet on Blackboard Collaborate, join session, we can go into our course room and we can meet with other students or just you and I, individual tutoring as the need might arise throughout the semester. So I want to show you how this looks. The default is that it's muted and that your webcam is also turned off. So if you want to be seen, you can undo that, and if you want to be heard, which would need to talk, you have to undo that. But the default is both of those are off. And some of my students will leave their web camera off. That's fine. That's up to you. Let's see. I want to leave this session. Yeah, leave session. But that's how it looks. And I'm glad to meet with you anytime in Collaborate. Okay, let's go back to the course. So that's this one. Again, that's just a handy place. Everyone who's enrolled in the course, that's our classroom, and we can meet there. The other thing is announcements. Throughout the semester, usually on Wednesdays, I'm kind of try to stay in a routine so that you expect kind of an update from me on Wednesday. So I will send out announcements and remind you what's going on that week, and if there's anything I've noticed kind of as a course. As your class is moving on, I will send kind of an update and some reminders there. So if that will be sent to your email, you'll get an email as well as it will be saved in announcements. But sometimes, you can get overwhelmed with email. So this is a place that you can find all my communication with you. Any emails I will have sent saved under announcement. Right now I have a few things saved in there. When the course is open, you'll be able to see those. And as the semester goes on, every course announcement is archived there. So I think that's a handy place for you to go and get information or updates. So you don't have to search through your emails. Although you can do that too. All right, then moving over to the meat and potatoes, sort of the course part in the middle here. And I also should mention, this is how the course looks if you're on your desktop or your laptop in Google Chrome. If you're doing it from the app, it may look a little different. And I think sometimes I get questions from students about finding things, and it's because you're using different platforms. But so this is how it looks if you're on, a typical laptop, desktop application in Google Chrome. And so you should see the course content down this middle, and they're in modules. So we've got the first module is, and I want you to read all of this. I know there's a lot in here, but you need to look at everything in your course information. Start here, and I'll do that in just a second. Also, this is where you'll go to find all your course materials, your assignments, your grading, your textbook is all in the MyLab Math. You paid a little extra course fee for this course to have this these resources, and I will use those a lot in this course. And then gradebook. I use MyLab gradebook. I do not use the Blackboard gradebook. That's an important detail to note, but I have it nice and highlighted here, so you should always be able to know what your grade is in the course. It's updated automatically every time you do something in your MyLab or in the course. It's uploaded here. Okay, then below, the course is laid out in weeks. There are 15 weeks in a semester, and they just fly by so quickly. I'm always amazed at that, but it seems like, you know, it's winter and that's never going to end, but once it gets started, it really does just roll. So I encourage you to use my weekly plan. You can work ahead. That's an important question. Students always have, you're free to work ahead. Just stay at least at the due dates. Within each module, each weekly module, you'll have an overview that tells you what you're going to do, and then you'll have, this is what I would consider lecture. If you were coming in person, this is what we would do in person. I would have a note packet, and so you can open the notes. Every week has notes for you. You pick up the notes and follow along. You can print these out if that's something that's available to you and you like to do. That way you can write on them, or just follow along on your computer. But I encourage you to open the notes and then you watch the videos. The video lectures follow the notes. Below, I have some problems worked out. You'll notice this in each of the modules. I've worked some specific problems from your homework just as examples, probably what we would have done in class if you were with me. So that's kind of like additional, just supplemental, what I would consider maybe tutoring, but the actual lecture videos are up here. You can see the content following along with your notes. So that's how it works, the flow, and I do that pretty much. That's how they all look. So you attend the class just like you would in person. Then you do homework, however many sections is covered that week. And these links will take you out to the MyLabs that I spoke of earlier, where the assignments are housed, but these are direct links to it. Then you take a quiz. The quiz will summarize whatever was in your homework. So keep good notes as you go along. Keep a good notebook. I think that's a tip that I would have for all my students, and that way you can thumb back through your notebook and say, oh, I remember learning this, and it will help you kind of pull together the thoughts. Then you'll take this quiz. All of these can be taken multiple times, so if at first you don't succeed, try again. You can take the quiz as many times as needed, and that's where the bulk of your grading will be. The quizzes are where the big bulk of your grade, so try to get that up to 100%. Now in the homework, you can do problem 1 and then stay on problem 1 till you get it right, but in the quiz, you'll have to take the whole quiz. Maybe there's 10 questions. You'll take the whole quiz, submit, see your score, and say you score 82%. Then you can review what you missed and go back in and take it again for a higher score. And the program is set to always take the higher score. So I encourage you to do that. Just try to work ahead so you always have time to keep these scores maximized. And then there's a wrap-up that will tell you, make sure you did these things and the due date for each module and so on. And then week 2, week 3, and it rolls like that, and so on. So you can look through that later and let me know if you have any questions, but you can also collapse those as well. Okay, so as promised, let's look at the course information tab. And it's set up with the overview, what's in here. There is a link for you to introduce yourself to your classmates. Navigate the course, that's where I'm going to save this video. So if there's anything you want to look at again and see if you have a question as we go, you feel free to look back on this video or to reach out to me. The syllabus and course calendar, I will click on that one. We have a class schedule, so it also notes all of the due dates for everything throughout the semester. So each week is outlined what you should be doing, what's due at the end of that week. You'll notice that I always have a Monday deadline. Every module week is the assignments will be due that following Monday. So that gives you the weekend plus Monday to ask questions if you get back to it on Monday and you're like, I couldn't work it over the weekend. So I do, I'm usually accessible over the weekends if you have questions, but I do reserve the right to take my weekends off. So if I can't get to you over the weekend, that gives us Monday to talk. So if you still have questions on Monday. So Monday midnight, every week there's a Monday midnight due date. The exception to that would be your midterm exam and your final exam. You'll notice over here on February the 28th, that week 8, we start working on your midterm study guide, and your midterm test is due on the Friday, March the 18th. So do note the midterm, and then way down here, at the end of the semester, the final exam is due on a Wednesday. So those are the exceptions to the rule. Throughout the rest of the semester, everything else is due on a Monday. And then you'll notice when you take your syllabus quiz, I do have a syllabus here, so be sure to open that and look at it as well. One of the things that I require this week, the first thing due, the first Friday, I guess that's another exception. That's 3 exceptions. Sorry for that. Your syllabus quiz is due by Friday of the first week of class. And I'll tell you why. The college requires me to report no-shows. That's a student that maybe stumbled into a class and they signed up for it in pre-registration. Maybe they forgot about it or they've changed their mind, but they're still on my roster. So these students may not show up the first week, and then if I report them as a no-show, they get taken off the roster. So that's as a service to our students. Most of the time, that's the misunderstanding, but sometimes I have students that really just aren't aware of the schedule. I'm not really sure what happens. Maybe some of you can tell me because I don't understand it. But if a student intended to take my class and did not show up that first week, I report them as a no-show so that we can try to reach out to them and see what's going on. So the syllabus quiz due on Friday helps us determine if you do plan to interact with the class and did intend to sign up for it. So that's why that one is due the first Friday. So the syllabus quiz, you click on these links. All these links take you out to a different window. Let me move this over so you can see it. And so you have unlimited attempts, but a due date is listed. So do be aware of that. So whenever you start the test, I'll kind of show you what the questions are. It'll ask, did you read your syllabus? So acknowledge that you have or have not read that syllabus there. And please do read the syllabus. Okay, and then on and on. So there's lots of other links here, and then the module wrap-up. Okay, so please read that first week. And then this link will take you to My Lab Math, the full all assignments. This is another way. There's multiple ways to see same things within the shell. So all assignments here will list everything that we're going to do in this course. So if you kind of want to look ahead, it's here. It's also listed, like I said, within the weekly module list. And then the due dates are along this left-hand side. And notice there's unlimited attempts, one of infinity. So you can take this as many times until the deadline. You'll notice I've added in some assignments that don't have due dates. These are chapter notes. So those are optional supplements. Some students like these. They're the book supplements. And it takes you through examples in the book. And just another way of working in the course. Okay. Let me get back out of that. And then you have a textbook, e-text. So again, there's no outside textbook required, although some students do purchase a hard copy, and so that's an option for you. And then there's a study plan, if that's not all enough for you to do. This is extra material to help you beef it up if you need more problems to practice. And those are probably the main things I would say within that. Let me see if I'm running out of time here. Okay, and then below the grade book, very important, you can always see your grade in this course. It will show you how you're doing on your homework, quizzes, and tests, and how that average is calculated. The calculation here, you can see the weighting, and again, that will all be in your syllabus. Again, I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me. The best way to reach me is cindy.shelton@kctcs.edu through my email.